It's been
14 months since I've received this pit. Stay tuned to see my top 5 likes and my top 5 dislikes. Hello and welcome everybody. Last May, whenever I got my Workhorse pit back here, it took me about 8 months after I ordered it to receive it. It wasn't too bad. The reason I went with the Workhorse pit was because of the price. It was sub $4,000 to get a really good pit at a decent price. The steel on this is 3/8 inch thick, which is really nice. Helps to hold the temperature really good. But what I want to do today is go over the top 5 things I like about this, and then I had to come up with about 5 things I didn't like about it. That was a little bit more difficult to do, but let's go ahead and go over those now. First of all, like I said before, is the 3/8 inch steel. It holds the temperature really well, really consistent temperatures throughout the cook, and also makes the amount of wood you have to use less, so it's more efficient. The temperature, the thickness of the steel really holds the temperature after it's heat soaked. Second is the Cowboy firebox feature. I like being able to cook steaks directly on there, but along with the Cowboy box does come a downfall. I'll go over that here in just a second for you. But I do like to smoke a steak and then be able to go to the firebox and reverse sear the steak on the firebox. Like I said earlier, the price of this thing was less than $4,000 shipped with all the features that I had put onto it. I got the Cowboy box. I got the expandable grate on it. I didn't go for the wagon package. That's one thing I might have wanted to have went with, but I don't move it around that often, and when I do, it's just on this patio here, so it's not that big of a deal to move around. And the space of this pit is gigantic. The cooking surface is about 22.5 inches deep by about 4 foot wide on the top shelf and bottom shelf. And lastly is the durability of the body. It comes pre-seasoned with linseed oil, but since then I've been seasoning it with spray canola oil like Pam or whatever I can find. On the firebox I use avocado oil. Avocado oil holds up to the heat better than the canola oil. That is, the main cook chamber doesn't get as hot, so we can use canola oil on that. Okay, now on to the bad thing. I mentioned the Cowboy box. The grates in there that come with it are real flimsy. They're too thin of a metal to really be in firebox. So I purchased some replacement grates. I think they're for a Weber. They were for a Weber gas grill, but they fit perfectly in the firebox. These grates that I have here, I'll put a link in the description. They are 3/8 inch stainless steel, so they're not going to melt, they're not going to bend, warp, or anything like that. And next is the smokestack. I really wish they had a cover to where I could just leave the smokestack up. It is extremely heavy to put up and down every time you want to cook something, and then the joint to where the hinge is leaks condensation water, and that water that comes out is nasty. So I put a seal on it. So I put a gasket on it to keep it from coming out whenever it is sealed down. Another quick tip is get a longer bolt than what comes with it to keep that, because the standard bolt barely has enough threads to even keep from wanting to topple over. So I got a bolt with an extra 1/4 inch on it, so I no longer have to worry about that. And the next thing is gonna have to do some sort of grease trap modification, so it's not just dumping grease directly out. One of my most successful short videos is actually a part list for the Workhorse ball valve. It's just 3 little pieces. I'll put the link to all those parts in the description too for the Amazon affiliate links. Then also a link to the short video I'll post up here if you want to see that. And the factory cover, a lot of people have issue with the original cover about it fading. First one of the guys that I watched to see if I wanted this pit or not was, at the time he was Offset Rookie, but he deleted that channel and then just merged his 2 channels together. It's Rum and Cook. His before and after look like on his Workhorse pit. You can see it's black to begin with, but then goes to gray. So now they're just shipping them in gray. And also I wish that their cover had the ability, or you had an option to choose a cover where the smokestack just stayed up instead of having to have it down all the time, because if I had the option I would never store it in the down position, I would just leave it up. And also having the smokestack rest on the lid rubs your seasoning off of that portion of the lid, so you got to season it more or you're going to get a bunch of rust there. And lastly, and really had to nitpick for this one, is the bow tie on the door. really doesn't need to be there. I prefer just leave that closed at all times, and then just crack the firebox door open to get the oxygen in. So one thing that wasn't an option whenever I got mine was the counterweight. Not even sure if you can buy it yet separately, but if you're going to get one of these now, or if you haven't ordered it yet, or you have the option to go back and add it, oh, puppies. The counterweight, I believe, is about 250 bucks. If I had any ability to weld and they sold it separately, I would probably buy one just to go ahead and put it on there. But opening the door isn't that tough. It is heavy if you do it incorrectly. So what you want to do is take the cooker chamber handle and pull it towards you and then lift, and it makes the door just have some momentum, so it kind of opens itself and it's not so hard to do. So in the end, would I buy this exact same smoker? Absolutely. I wouldn't go to Milscal, I wouldn't go to any of the other pit companies. This is the one I like, and it does exactly what I need it to. Like I said, it was really hard to come up with the complaints even for this, but I had to come up with at least 5, so that was the 5 biggest ones, and you can tell those are pretty minor complaints. But like I said, if I was to order it today, I would order it exactly the same with the fire pit and the upper rack, so you also get the 2 extra thermometer probes, and just add the counterweight to that.
All right, really quick here, I want to go over 3 must-buy accessories I think you need if you buy this pit. First is to upgrade your grill grates. These are amazing, perfect fit. Put a link in the description for these. And then also from Workhorse, get the firebox clean out tool. It's made to fit your pit specifically with the dimensions, so you'll get every bit of the ash out, and you don't have to worry about the ash causing any rust in your firebox between your cooks. And last but not least, of course, is the grease trap ball valve upgrade. Workhorse has their own ball valve now. It doesn't have an elbow. If you like to go ahead and buy this setup here, again, I will put a link in the description below if you want to go ahead and buy these. And I just have the Pit Boss bucket underneath here to catch the grease with the insert.
Like maybe the wagon package would be something I might consider adding on. Not saying I would move it around much, but it'd be nice if I needed to, put it on the grass. I didn't have to worry about having plywood or something underneath it to roll around. Well, there you have it, folks. Just a real quick video. Thoughts on the Workhorse 1975 pit after about 1.25 years of owning it. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see some more cooks on this thing, let me know in comments below what you want me to see cook on it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you're not already. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Be sure to check out this other amazing video.